Microsoft co-founder and philanthropist Bill Gates is an incredibly busy man, but he always makes time to read. "Reading books is my favorite way to learn about a new topic," he wrote on his blog. "I've been reading about a book a week on average since I was a kid. Even when my schedule is out of control, I carve out a lot of time for reading." Aside from a handful of novels, the books he likes are mostly non-fiction, covering his and his foundation's broad range of interests. A lot of them are about transforming systems, how nations can intelligently develop, how to lead an organization, and how social change can fruitfully happen. Here are the titles he's given glowing reviews and that changed his perspective over the past several years. Books mentioned in this video, links are in description. Number 5. Business Adventures, 12 Classic Tales from the World of Wall Street by John Brooks. Back in 1991, Gates asked Buffett what his favorite book was. To reply, Buffett sent the Microsoft founder his personal copy of Business Adventures, a collection of New Yorker stories by John Brooks. Though the anecdotes are from half a century ago, the book remains Gates' favorite. Gates says that the book serves as a reminder that the principles for building a winning business stay constant. He writes, "For one thing, there's an essential human factor in every business endeavor. It doesn't matter if you have a perfect product, production plan and marketing pitch, you'll still need the right people to lead and implement those plans." Learning of the affections that Gates and Buffett have for this title, the business press has fallen similarly in love with the book. Slate quipped that Business Adventures is catnip for billionaires. Number 4. The Sixth Extinction, An Unnatural History by Elizabeth Kolbert. It can be easy to forget that our present day is a part of world history. Gates says that New Yorker writer Elizabeth Kolbert's new book The Sixth Extinction helps correct that. Humans are putting down massive amounts of pavement, moving species around the planet, overfishing and acidifying the oceans, changing the chemical composition of rivers, and more, Gates writes, echoing a concern that he voices in many of his reviews. Natural scientists posit that there have been 5 extinction events in the Earth's history. Think of the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs, he continues, and Kolbert makes a compelling case that human activity is leading to the 6th. Number 3. Origin Story by David Christian. In 2012, Gates and historian David Christian created Big History, a free online history and science course designed for high school students that tells the story of the universe and humanity. Christian essentially turned that online course into a book when he wrote Origin Story. Perhaps not surprisingly, Gates loves the book. It shows how everything is connected to everything else, weaving together insights and evidence from across disciplines into a single, understandable narrative, he writes. Number 2. Factfulness, 10 Reasons We're Wrong About the World, and Why Things Are Better Than You Think by Hans Rosling. In this book, the late Hans Rosling, a Swedish physician, academic, and close friend of Gates, proposes 10 obstacles that prevent people from seeing the world objectively. These include the fear instinct, the idea that we pay more attention to scary things, to the gap instinct, the notion that most people fall between 2 extremes. Hans gives you a breakthrough way of understanding basic truths about the world, how life is getting better, and where the world still needs to improve, Gates writes. I've been recommending this book since the day it came out. Number 1. The Better Angels of Our Nature, Why Violence Has Declined by Steven Pinker. In Better Angels, Harvard cognitive scientist Steven Pinker branches out into the history of the most contentious of subjects, violence. Gates says it's one of the most important books he's ever read. Pinker presents a tremendous amount of evidence that humans have gradually become much less violent and much more humane, he says, in a trend that started thousands of years ago and continued until this day. This isn't just ivory tower theory. Gates says the book has affected his humanitarian work. As I'm someone who's fairly optimistic in general, he says, the book struck a chord with me and got me to thinking about some of our foundation's strategies. Please support my channel. Thank you.